The question for today is, who was TeacherMan? So TeacherMan is the name of a book, this book, that is a memoir of Frank McCourt. If I recall correctly, McCourt referred to himself as TeacherMan when a student would initiate questions, beginning the questions with, "Yo, TeacherMan." McCourt taught for 30 years, teaching in many restless classrooms around New York City. And restless is an understatement. TeacherMan would answer questions from his students about his childhood in Ireland, and then cleverly use them as part of his teaching lesson. Along with building a strong rapport with his students, which was strongly discouraged by his colleagues, he would give creative assignments that would motivate the students and leave a lasting impact. Day by day, he'd earn the respect of the students. As far as rapport goes and how he related to his students, in his own words, he said, "I didn't call myself anything. I was more than a teacher and less." In the high school classroom, you are a drill sergeant, a rabbi, a shoulder to cry on, a disciplinarian, a singer, a low-level scholar, a clerk, a referee, a clown, a counselor, a dress code enforcer, a conductor, an apologist, a philosopher, a collaborator, a tap dancer, a politician, a therapist, a fool, a traffic cop, a priest, a mother, a father, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, a bookkeeper, a critic, a psychologist, the last straw. He was a great teacher who influenced many students' lives. But how did he become so great? From my point of view, he became great by observing what worked in the classroom and then quickly and efficiently adjusted his style. He was basically thrown into 5 classrooms with 30 plus students each, analogous to how a person who has never seen water is thrown into a pool and is told to swim. He acted on instinct. Part of his initiation happened the first week when a kid yelled out in the class, "Anyone want a sandwich?" Another kid yelled out, "Are you kidding? Your mom must hate you giving you sandwiches like that." The sandwich kid then threw the sandwich at the other kid. All the other kids then cheered, "Fight, fight!" As the sandwich wrapped in paper landed near the front of the class, TeacherMan, Frank McCourt, wasn't sure how to respond. He was never taught much about discipline in his preparation to become a teacher. He then said, "Hey!" He thought to himself, 4 years of higher education and all I could come up with was, "Hey." The kids ignored him while promoting the fight. TeacherMan then said, "Stop throwing sandwiches." The kids, frustrated that TeacherMan interrupted the fight, stated that it was silly to tell someone to stop doing something after it's already been done. Many pointed to the sandwich on the floor and said again, "The sandwich was already thrown," as the class laughed. Not being trained for this instance, TeacherMan wasn't sure what to do. He thought to himself, should I get the kid who threw the sandwich to pick it up, or should I just throw it in the trash can? He knew he had to show he was boss. He had to do something. Looking down at the sandwich in its wrapping, TeacherMan walked over to the sandwich, bent over, and picked it up off the floor, unwrapped it, and he ate it. He then licked his fingers and said, "Yum." His first act of classroom management was to eat the sandwich in front of the class. TeacherMan's mouth clogged with sandwich attracted the attention of the whole class. One could see the admiration in their eyes. Probably the first teacher they ever saw that ate some kid's lunch. TeacherMan then spun around and shot the balled up wad of wax paper straight into the wastebasket. The kids just sat in amazement, thinking about a teacher that eats students' sandwiches and finishes the act by hitting the trash basket in one shot. At that moment, TeacherMan felt like a champion, but he didn't know what to do after that. The kids remained amused until they realized the principal had been watching the scene from outside a window. The principal asked TeacherMan outside for a word. As TeacherMan headed outside, the kid who owned the sandwich, in a moment of solidarity, said, "Don't worry about the sandwich, I didn't want it anyway." The whole class agreed in unity, as if it was the TeacherMan and the class against the principal. As it turned out, the principal just thought TeacherMan was eating his lunch during the class time. But eating your lunch in the middle of a class was the reason for the chastising. And that's what he got. Needless to say, this whole ordeal was quite the initiation for a teacher beginning his career in a new school, but it was the first rung on the ladder to becoming a leader of young minds. The idea through TeacherMan's classroom experience is that writers, which is what he was trained as, that writers must observe details, seeking what's happening around them, and then describing what their senses are witnessing in clear and concise language. As mathematicians, scientists, and inventors at Alien Institute, we strive to do much of the same thing. Witness structures abstractly as well as with our senses, and describe the structures as clearly and concisely as possible. Now get out there and roll strongly. Start experimenting with your math. Work to understand why math illuminates hidden ideas, because right now, math is the best thing we have to make sense of the mysterious universe. And here, as members of Alien Institute, it is our passion and our venture to make sense of that very same universe in which we live.
Hey, Alien Institute crew, don't forget to strike the like, subscribe, comment, and share. Also continue learning by watching more AI videos.